Hello everyone, I'm Dragons After Dark, and today we're going over the two new pets from Battle for Azeroth Timewalking, the Flotsam Harvester and Lil Daz'ti. We're going over how to get them, their stats, movesets, and so on, as well as what I suggested for their movesets. Let's get started. Both pets can be purchased from the Battle for Azeroth Timewalking Vendor, Churbro, a Tortallin, for 2200 time warped badges each. For the Alliance vendor, you'll head straight from the Flight Master toward the docks. For the Horde, you'll find them near the Island Expedition table. I'll put the TomTom coordinates in the info section below. First up is the Flotsam Harvester. These tiny harvesters are often deployed along the coastline during low tide to collect cargo and timbers that have washed ashore from shipwrecks. The Flotsam Harvester is a mechanical pet and I love this model. It does seem silly to stuff a pet with straw that's meant to be near water, flavor text, or in it, the moveset, but we'll go over that observation a little more in a minute. The Flotsam Harvester is a pure health breed, so it goes heavy on the health, leaving the other stats lagging behind. Its health is 1806, power 244, and speed 260. Health-heavy pets aren't in vogue at the moment since enemy pets are getting faster and more powerful. So far, it's not looking good for the Flotsam Harvester's usefulness in battle. As for the moveset, it's not a bad moveset for a faster pet. 4 of its abilities, Grasp, Extra Plating, Dive, and Reaping Hook, are far more effective when your pet is faster. When your pet is slower and you're trying to effectively use these abilities, you have to go against enemies that have static attack patterns or lack certain abilities. Otherwise, you're using your abilities and crossing your fingers that they'll work. My biggest issue here is Reaping Hook. While I do think abilities that are exclusive to limited time pets like Ichabod should be made available on pets like the Flotsam Harvester, I didn't suggest Reaping Hook because it's broken. It hits as hard as Ion Cannon, has no recovery period like Ion Cannon, and it's a pet swap. Even with the Flotsam Harvester's low power stat, it's still hitting for 660 with no penalties, 4 swaps your enemy's pet, and has a 4-round cooldown. If Reaping Hook is sticking around, it needs an adjustment. Now here was my feedback and suggested moveset for the Flotsam Harvester. Keep in mind, one suggestion, Vicious Slice, made it through to live, but I'm going to put why I suggested it. I looked up what salvaging equipment people used for underwater salvage, with the adjustment that the Flotsam Harvester's flavor text says it's doing shore salvage, not underwater. I wanted to find things that were primarily salvage related, but could also be used in battle. The one thing I couldn't really replicate is sonar/radar, at least none I could find, so I'm just going to assume it has that built in to use all the time in conjunction with the moveset below. For slot 1 we have Vicious Slice. This is for that hook on its right arm to cut through things like nets or other softer obstacles to get to the salvage. Flamethrower. We don't really have a welding ability, so I figured Flamethrower was the next best thing to allow the Flotsam Harvester to cut through twisted metal to make scrapping it more manageable. Pump, to help clean the salvage off if it's buried or covered in too much sand, seaweed, and so on. Burrow, sometimes to get to the goods you gotta be willing to dig. For slot 3 we have Hammer. The left arm has a hammer, and sometimes you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet, or in this case to get to the good salvage. Clamp. Clamp is for the collecting of the salvage, since we don't have a net ability as far as I know, just webs. Now for Lil Daz'ti. Ancient dinomancers once believed that pure white scales on dinosaurs indicated the influence of celestial bodies. In their pursuit of balance, the Lunalai have embraced these superstitions in their efforts to restore the white Brutosaur. I love the baby dino models, and it brings back many memories of the Land Before Time. I did note this model felt bare bones compared to the Flotsam Harvester, especially since the Lunalai likely considered them special. Some golden ankle bracelets, like we see on the Caravan Brutosaur, wouldn't have been remiss here. Taking a look at their stats, this little dino is quite speedy. Its health is 1237, power is 276, and its speed is 341. It also has slightly better than average power for that kind of speed, since we usually see something like 244 or 260 at those speeds, but that does come at the sacrifice of health. As for the moveset, it's actually pretty nice. We have the speed to make an ability like Bash worthwhile, and it's paired with Takedown in a different slot for when your enemy is stunned and it won't swap out. You have 2 different family options for your filler with Trample and Tail Sweep, or 3 if you don't use Takedown just with Bash. There's also Moonfire if you're facing a flyer or want to set it up for a pet with Spirit Claws. Moondance probably won't be used for Lil Daz'ti themselves, but as a setup for other pets. Overall, I like the diversity of the moveset and it fits the flavor text well. That being said, I didn't have too many suggestions that I submitted. Both of the filler abilities Crush at the time and Trample are good, though if you're looking to diversify ability families, you could swap Crush for Tail Sweep. Archaeologists theorize that Brontosauri use their tails for combat or possibly even their necks like giraffes do today, so it could work for Daz here. Also, if you're not sold on Takedown, you can do a little shuffling to make use of Moonlight's buff to healing, so I suggested for slot 1, Tail Sweep / Crush and Trample, for slot 2, Bash and Ancient Knowledge, for slot 3, Moondance and Moonfire. I chose Ancient Knowledge since the flavor text mentions Ancient Dinomancers, but Ancient Blessing would fit with that too. Of course, there's plenty of healing options to choose from. At the end of the day though, should you spend your time warped badges on these guys for battle reasons? If I had to pick one for battle, I'd say Lil Daz'ti, just because of the speed complementing the moveset, and because I can't predict the future or read minds, so we don't know if Reaping Hook will remain as powerful as it is now. However, I don't see Daz being a meta breaker, and will likely be used mostly in Beast family fights. For aesthetics, the Flotsam Harvester all the way. While it does look a little busy, I think it looks great and I love the Kultiran flavor of it. Overall, if you're eyeing the new mounts and you're not sure if you want to spend the badges on those or the pets, you're safe to skip these guys until you have the extra badges. Well, that's it for me, but how about you? Do you like the look of the new pets? Have you already picked them up? Do you like me including the suggestions I submit for the pets? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you for stopping by, and happy battling!